Hey guys, Troy Dooley, MLM Help Desk. Listen, this has been a highly anticipated update on Global Verge. On October 20th, 2009, I did a blog post that said MLM Help Desk moves Global Verge from MLM scam to legitimate MLM company. And you know what? I told why. In my video post on that day, I explained why we made that move. I also explained that week they were coming out with their cell phone service. I explained that the distributors that had hung with Global Verge are the reason Global Verge was still around. But since that move, we've seen a lot of stuff take place and happen. I no longer hear Valerie's voice on any of the training calls. Matter of fact, the last call that you hear her on is 9/24/2009, when she made the definitive announcement of when all the launches were going to take place. And she said in the week of October 19th, the cell phone services would be activated, that you could sell and read and do everything with the accessories, the whole works. Now we're told that we don't know when it's going to be. It could be another week. To me, this is another one of those scams where people are trying to keep people in the pipeline, keep the money rolling through the doors, grab as much of it as they can. Right now, I'm not seeing that Global Verge is acting much better than TVI Express. The only difference here is everybody knows where Global Verge is located. They're located in some office building in Lee Summit, Missouri, and incorporated out of Nevada. But when I look at this new, what's this called, Global Mobile One website, it was only registered for 1 year. If a company's planning on taking over the cell phone industry, if they're planning on becoming a billion-dollar company, if they've taken the time to trademark the Global Mobile One and the Smart Network as a trademark name, you don't just register your domain for 1 year for $8. You go out there and get 5 or 10 years and you hold on to them. This doesn't look right, guys. I'm telling you right now. When I go over here and I look at the actual Global Mobile One by Berserk Smart Band Network coverage, it's the same exact coverage map of that of Zebra GSM, which is owned by the Freedom Wireless Corporation, which is owned by TMT Capital, which is, their website's under construction. I mean, this literally looks like it could be another 0-1 deal to a certain degree. And we're going to put all this stuff up here. Is there true evidence that these companies are all together? The evidence that we have, we're going to put up here. And it's because if they're not, it sure looks like Global Mobile One ripped off a lot of the verbiage and a lot of the information off of the Zebra GSM website. And that has me concerned. Not because they can't be in partners. That's cool. But at least let your people know what to expect. Let your people know that there's competitors out there. Now we're hearing them not talk about the network marketing, but we're hearing them talk about go out and get a kiosk and retail this. If you have a kiosk and you're retailing cell phone service, that doesn't sound like network marketing to me. And it makes me wonder, is this company looking to change their business model sometime in 2010 and really get out of the network marketing arm, or split the two companies in two? These are questions that distributors have a right to know. If I'm asking them as an outsider, everybody else has got to be asking these same questions. My other question is, what happened to Valerie? On 9/24, she put out the last communique from the company that we've been able to find. Since then, the calls have gone back to they're pre-recorded. There's nobody getting to ask questions from the field. There's a few people. Now, I've got my good friend Bud Nemeth, who I respect, both as a businessman, as a father, as a husband. I mean, he knows how I feel about him, and he loves this company, and he's going to go down with the ship, and I respect that. I've done that myself, don't have a problem with that. But, folks, I'm getting enough third-party information back, questions from every level that you can think of inside of Global Verge, that when we started looking into this, we started getting concerned. We saw the launch of the globalmobile1.com website, and when I went and did a who is on that, we see that it's only for 1 year. If you're planning on taking over and revolutionizing the communication industry like you say, and you're teaming up where these guys can sell millions of telephones, why in the Sam Hill did you only register your domain for 1 year? You paid $8 instead of getting a discount for 5 years? When you do a call and you tell people, hey, we're going to be able to allow people to use their Apple phones on our network. We're going to show them how to unlock those phones. Now, here's the kicker. Once a telephone is unlocked from Apple, AT&T, because they're the exclusive provider, once the iPhone has been unlocked, you violated the warranty. So now we're telling people to go unlock an iPhone, a high-end exclusive type of phone that's available exclusively on AT&T. We're telling them, okay, unlock it and use it on our network. Now, there's nothing illegal about that, but how many reps do you think are going to understand or even tell their consumer, hey, when you do that, you just violated the warranty, and if there's anything that happens to that phone, you got to buy a new one. They're not going to fix it. These are things that I do not think you got to be straightforward. Either you have ethics or you don't. I thought this company had turned a corner. I was giving the leaders in this company at the corporate level the benefit of the doubt. Guys, I might be a cynic, and some of you think I'm the biggest critic in network marketing, but I want to give people the benefit of the doubt because I want distributors to win worse than anything. And when I see crap like this I just get pissed off to no end. I went over here and we started looking. Now, we've been studying the telecommunication industry now since middle of July. So we go over here and I look at the 01 and I start looking at the coverage map. And I tell the guys, hey, let's look at some of these other coverage maps. And we go over to a little Florida company that we had been turned on to for a while called Freedom Wireless Company. They're owned by another shady little company called TM Capital that used to be a publicly traded company, but they couldn't even get their paperwork right. Matter of fact, TMT Capital owns 51% of this company. But we go over and we look at it. This company literally goes out and looks for resellers, looks for dealers, looks for private white label where they can go in and they put together the back end, the actual network, and let other companies put it under their brand. So it looked like a good deal. Well, we started looking at their retail site called Zebra GSM, and we realized, wait a minute, the actual coverage map is the same coverage map that Global Mobile One is using. And when we started looking, we realized, well, there's a whole lot of verbiage on the Global Mobile One website that's verbatim. So either they went over and they ripped off all this stuff and they put it on their website, or this is one of their partners. Now, if this is one of their partners, admit it. Let your people know what's going on. Don't try to pretend you're something that you're not. Because I tell you what, once a mutiny takes place, that's the end of this company. I don't care if Global Verge tries to pretend that they're a green company with all this other stuff and that they've tried to do everything right to please the FTC. My hat's off to them to there. If you want to go out and market green products, this is probably a company where you can make a little bit of money. But it's not when you look at the other stuff. And then they talk about the commissions. And they say, on our high end, you're going to make $20 a month. Well, thank goodness I don't know if it was Jan or Ruth that said, now, will you explain that $20 a month is through 9 levels? That's not what the retailer makes? See, that's the difference here, guys. Where's the breakout going to be? Are the leaders making most of the money or the retailer making most of the money? Don't let the hype mess you up. There's a lot of companies out here in this niche right now. Some of them may make it. Some of them may not. We're going back now because some of them that we actually were excited about have done a little bit of a bait and switch and started changing stuff too, and we're going to do total recaps on all these companies. But I'm telling you right now, we're going to do something drastic, and I don't have a problem telling you I was wrong. We moved this company into legitimate MLM, and I don't think they've grown up enough to be a legitimate MLM. I think they're still scamming their distributors. I think Valerie saw that, and I think she left the company. And if I'm wrong, then they can reach out to me and they can tell me. But from every evidence that we see here, there's still some shenanigans going on. It may be legal, but you know what? There's a lot of legal crap that goes on in this world that's not ethical at all. And you either have ethics 24/7 or you don't have ethics at all. And this has me concerned. And until this gets taken care of, and I hear from distributors that they're happy, we're making this move back to MLM scam. And guys, you know what? I'll make mistakes, but I don't have a problem standing up and saying, I was wrong, we did this prematurely, we should have left them as an MLM scam until they were able to prove a lot more solid facts than what we were able to see. Guys, live life like it's an epic adventure, and we'll see you at the top.